talking about movie roles you would not accept. And let's just put it right out there. You know, some of the homo roles in Hollywood, especially for black men, is something that is not random. I think there is an agenda behind that, and I think there's an agenda behind the whole issue itself. And they can cloak some of it in their description of diversity, where we want to see ourselves represented on screen. So, but I don't really get the sense that there is a group lobbying that we see more homosexual black men on screen. I think that is something that the people who run Hollywood, a lot of them are not African American. They say Hollywood's pretty much run by Jewish white men, and a lot of them are homosexual. And so when you see this huge increase of homosexual black men in dominant roles, the Omar character from The Wire, when I think about that role and that character, great character, very, very interesting character, pivotal to the series, interesting series, well written. And that actor, who I believe is from Brooklyn, shout out to Michael K. Williams, but would I take that role? And it wasn't like his sexuality was a small part of the role. It was a major part of the role. It was a major theme. Ongoing storyline over 3-4 seasons of the show. And, there was some male-on-male contact. And I have to ask myself, would I take that role? And the answer is very, very easy to say no. But once again, I don't have that check in front of me. I look at Ving Rhames, who is a very, very powerful brother. He is the epitome of the black buck, if you will. He's that archetype. And we've all heard of this Willie Lynch mythology book, where you take the biggest black buck, the strongest, most intimidating one, and you break him in front of the rest of the village of Africans, and psychologically you damage them because you have destroyed the biggest, bravest one of them in front of their eyes. And the Pulp Fiction role, where he's bound and tortured and being sodomized in a bathroom by some sadistic person, and you cut to the scene and his pants are down, and you get a shot of his rear end, a nudity scene, with a white man's rear end, a nudity scene, and him thrusted, and there's a close-up of the white man's face. And he is then rescued by another white man. Bruce Willis comes in and saves him. And Bruce Willis didn't have to. Ving Rhames was actually beefing with Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis could have had every right to leave him there. But he rescued him from this. And this role, to me, is a role I would not take. Once again, interesting storyline, interesting movie, good writing, but that archetype of, you on screen with your pants down, getting it stuck to it by a white person, and then rescued by another white person. I don't know if that's transmitting the right message. Now, hey, don't get me wrong, this is not a rant about homophobia and things like that. What I'm saying is, would I take these roles? And the answer is no. And I'm also saying, are these roles just randomly put here? That answer is also no.
You are now listening to the Street 16 podcast.